1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay, let's try to assess the all the damages and the tear and wear on this strike. So let's start with the obvious. Wrong handlebars. Okay, not too bad in itself. I'm going to change them, of course, but what happened is, see this damage here? Well, it's the same on both sides because whenever the bars move that way and turn completely out of control, it banged here. At least with some tape, it would have probably prevented that. So there is a lot of those scratches. You can see this. This is dirt. This is the plastic protector that's ripped a bit. Scratches. Those are heel marks from shoes. Yeah. Dirt and scratches. This is all the way down to the finish. Same as here. Let's have a look at the badge. The badge seems in pretty good shape, but yeah, some paint here came off. This might come off. This might not. The most concerning one is this one. Seems to be only cosmetic. Didn't go to didn't damage the carbon. Doesn't seem like it. The side is not so bad. Yeah, hard to see here, but probably more dirty than scratched. The cranks are scratched. Yeah, that's really scratched. That's marred on both sides. I've already cleaned the seat post and the seat. Came out pretty good. Whoops. Yeah. See, it's not so bad, but it's worn off here, this corner, and the other one as well. But this one is much worse. Yeah, this usually comes from leaning the bike against a brick wall or hard wall. But the bracket came out like brand new, so that's not too bad. We'll see. You can probably still use this seat for a couple of years, I guess, before changing it. But yeah, the brakes. Well, it's going to be hard to show, but I can tell you there's uneven wear from one side to the other, and they're really dry. We'll just try to make it brake. Maybe we can hear the sound. Yeah, a little bit more speed. Yeah, I think the front ones are worse. Oof. Yeah. This indicates the rubber is very, very dry, so no, they have to go. After cleaning, we'll change the brake pads. Wheel alignment, hard to say. We don't even... yeah, the front wheel doesn't seem to be too false. Might need a bit of a chewing, but probably not that bad. I think the back one is worse. Let's spin it. Again, hard to say. It's wobbling. Not sure if it's the tire. From the side, the tire doesn't... yeah, it goes up and down, so there's something wrong with the tire. Have a look here. Crank it again. You'll see it here. Distance is uneven, so something with the tire, I'm guessing. Then again, this is the most concerning part, okay? On a belt drive, you need some tension, okay? But not too much. There's actually two different tools you can use to help you, but you know, in the end, it's really a judgment call. It's more of a feeling. One of the tools is a cricket tool that you put on it, and when it clicks, it gives you an indication of the pressure, the tension. And there's also an audio app from Gates to tell you what's the frequency. The frequency will, give you an indication of the tension. So there's about nothing here. Doesn't resonate at all. I tried it and I have weird readings, and just by feeling it, it's way too tight. Way too tight. It should flex more than that, which is also visible here because this is the tensioning screw. And I can tell you, the more you pull, the greater distance you create here, and you put more distance between the front and the rear cog, and that increases the tension. It shouldn't be out that way, not as much. Another indication is that the button screw heads they use for that, you actually put your tool here, your hex key, through the hole in the frame, and you turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to vary the pressure. On the other side, the non-drive side, the button cap screw is still okay. This one should be 3 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken, and that 3 millimeters is loose, so it's completely chewed up, it's completely destroyed. Even 1/8 of an inch hex screwdriver barely moves it. So I'll have no choice to remove the wheel and remove those and change them. I didn't order them yet because I want to be absolutely sure it's 3 millimeters, because I have conflicting information. On some models they seem to have been using 5 by 20 or 5 by 30 millimeters, not 3s. So I just want to make sure. Also, when you move the crank backwards, see how the wheel moves? And I can feel there's resistance in the crank. Not even. Some places it's worse. Here, I can feel there's a bump, there's something. The rear wheel, yeah, it's intermittent. When the grease is cold in the morning, the back wheel turns, and when I start playing with it and softening the grease, it's not so bad. So certainly a problem caused, well, that problem is certainly caused in part by the over-tensioning of the belt. The bearings are probably, or the grease in the bearings is probably very, very dried. Same with the bottom bracket. And yeah, probably the grease, maybe it's full of dirt, maybe the bearings are shot. All in all, it's going to be replaced. And have a look at this now, okay, because it won't be like that once I change it. Once I put the CDX carbon drive system, this gray front cog will become black, so it's going to be black. The rear one will look just about the same. If it's not gray, it's going to be black, but they had two models. They had a chrome and a black. The chrome would have been nice if the front cog had been available in chrome as well. So instead of having one chrome here and one black, I chose both black. So instead of 22 teeth, we'll have just 20 once the modification is done. I'll need a new belt. Although it's the same number of teeth, it's the same size, I'll need a new belt because it needs a center track. So the cog is going to be different. It's going to be a ridge in the center. I don't know how this one's going to look like. I've never seen one up close. And once the belt is removed, I'll be able to inspect the rear cog more. I suspect it's probably scratched. Yeah, probably not in perfect shape. Yeah, from this angle you see the damage here. It's very cruddy, so I'll know once it's clean what is the what part of it is scratched, what part of it is just dirt. The wheel, yeah, the rims in themselves are extremely cruddy. I'm telling you, this orange should pop more, a lot more. Very, very cruddy. So my concern now is, did the paint fade with time and UV rays and all that? Or does it look dull just because it's dirty? There's one particular stain that's really concerning. I don't know what this is, maybe tar from the road. We'll see, we'll clean it if it comes out. Problem is you cannot scratch it. You cannot scrub it like crazy because you're sure to thin the paint or remove the paint altogether. Okay, last thing, and this is, it's also concerning. One owner, I don't know which one, the original one or Keegan, put those stickers, okay? There's one here, there's another one here up front, Kamikaze, and this blue one. Yeah, it's already starting to peel off at certain places, but yeah, here as well. So I'm not sure if when I pull this off, the finish is going to come out. So what I plan to do is use a heat gun, low heat, and try to soften the glue before I pull on it. But if chemically it's been altered already, it won't change a thing. It's always going to show. So I don't think I forgot anything. The pedals, well, you know, I'm changing them, but you can tell the bearings are really cruded. This should move freely. Shouldn't stop like that. But I'm not keeping them. But I'll clean them just for the sake of having them in good condition. If anybody needs them, or if I have to revert to them for some reason. Oh yeah, there's also this damage. I noticed this yesterday on the crank. It's really badly scratched here. It's marred in that direction, so it's not going towards the belt. It didn't seem to damage the belt. But if I were to keep this, I would have to file it smooth, probably paint it. Speaking of paint, Trek does have some touch-up paint. I don't know if they have this color, they have the right code. I might reach out to them again if I see more damages. Like this would be nice to fix. You know, where it's bare metal, like here, it would be nice to put some color back. Wouldn't be perfect, but from a distance it wouldn't show so much. But I'm not sure. I'll have to ask them. So okay, usually you clean a bike after you do your mechanical work, but since I have to wait for so many parts, can't really start anything mechanical. And besides, you know me, I like to hear myself think. I like to see everything. I like to feel. And probably when I clean it first, I might find some other issues. So yeah. Also, yeah, I forgot. There are two different tires. I don't know what were the original threads on this, so I can't say if it's really worn out or not, but it's not the same brand. The original in the back is still there, Bontrager. They were good. I went through mine after one summer, to be honest, and I'll just try to move in closer, but I'm not sure I'll be able to show it. Probably not. If it focuses at all. It's on automatic, but doesn't want to focus very well. But I can see in the gray part, it's really, no. Can't get it to focus, but I can see it's really cracked. So the rubber has had it, that's for sure. Yeah, probably with a still shot, I'll be able to show it to you. But both tires have to be changed, so no surprise there. Okay, let me get set up for cleaning. Be right back. So I'm trying to give you the best view that I can. And what I want to do first is remove the grime that I can see, rocks, dust. Not much is coming off. To be quite honest, but yeah, start like that. If you wonder why I aim for having such a light bike, look at this picture. That was taken when I was, I had 3 years seniority in the department. I was working on bike patrol. I had actually written the project in 1991, 92, something like that. When I wrote it, only a few police departments had bike patrols in suburbs. It was unheard of in Montreal. So I wrote a project. At that time, in those days, we didn't have computers. So I used pencils. And yeah, I wrote it, made a suggestion to the, actually, the procedure at the time was to make a suggestion directly to the director of the whole police department, 5,000 police officers. After something like 3 weeks, a month, I had an answer. The director was impressed, and he said that it was a great idea, but he didn't have a budget for that, and it would be up to each precinct to get some bikes and to set it up. So we had a local bike shop sponsor bikes for us. They were, I'll never forget them, CCMs, Chameleon, along with the those big boxes there, plastic. We used to ride anywhere between 50 and 80 kilometers per day. We would go to Parc Maisonneuve, which wasn't exactly our territory, but just north of it. And the next police station, they didn't have a bike patrol yet. So we went there often. It was a pretty steep hill. The bikes, with everything you see, and we had to be ready for everything. Take a report, make an arrest, write a ticket. They weighed 88 pounds each, with everything. I did catch a few bad guys. I helped a lot of people during the summer heat waves, namely. Always had extra water with me, hence the extra weight. So at that time, I promised myself I would never have a bike that heavy ever again. I did have some bikes that were lighter than that, but I couldn't afford, 10-pound bikes. They were all around 30 pounds, I'd imagine. 26, 28, 20, 30 pounds, something like that. Oh, they're really scratched. They might look good to you, but some of the black is coming off. That's encouraging. There's a groove on the braking area. It's, of course, full of mud, grit. But hey, I'm surprised. It's coming off better than I thought. For the most part. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but you see all the black spots here inside that groove. It should be orange. So I just take a denture brush, actually. Toothbrush, but for dentures, which is stiffer. It goes deeper. All comes out. It's really dark. Just got to be careful not to scratch the paint, the orange paint outside. But yeah, it's coming off. Look at that. That's yeah, beyond my expectations. I'm at the right spot here. This one is tougher. Might need a little bit more convincing. Got it. Yeah. Okay guys, so before going to bed, I just want to show you the front wheel I just finished. Let me go normal view. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Look how much the front wheel pops more. It's incredible. Let's have a closer look. I tried, after a good cleaning, I tried using some compound, but it was too aggressive. And I tried on a small part, and it was leaving the paint a little bit dull. So instead I used just carnauba wax, which is my go-to product these days. Yeah, even the tire looks good. It's good quality tire, but I want to replace them, namely because I'm going to put 23 millimeters wide instead of 25. So removing the wheel will be easier. I'll put a quick release skewer. And yeah, I think I solved the mystery why the one of the brake pads was worn out more on one side. And I believe this is the reason. Let's go closer. Yeah, you see this spot here where there's missing paint? Man, doesn't want to focus. Not only is it missing paint, but look at this scratch here. It protrudes just a little bit. It happened when you change the tires on the rim like that. You absolutely have to use plastic pegs. There's special tools just to remove the tires, or at least put some tape over the tip of your screwdriver. Which yeah, he didn't do. So he stroked it, he striked it, whatever. It's a screwdriver strike, that's obvious. So tomorrow I'll have to sand this down just a little bit, and then finish it with steel wool, so it's nice and smooth. So it shouldn't wear the pad more on one side. Also, you can see I put a orange aluminum nipple there. I think the color is close. It'll never be perfect, but yeah. When I change the tire, I'll put a dab of grease, because aluminum on aluminum is going to seize up eventually. But yeah, I got a bunch of them for like $9. So yeah, and just to compare, have a look at the wheel now, how shiny it is, how much the orange pop, and have a look at the other one. It's almost yellow. Yeah. See how dirty it is? trying to show you the cracks in the, yeah, maybe you see those cracks in the tire. It's really, yeah, that tire's gone. The other one's good though. So see, there's 700 by 25. Gonna replace them by 700 by 23, which fits. That much I know. No nipples here. And look at the hub. Compared to the other hub. Day and night, right? Day and night. So I'll do the back wheel tomorrow morning when I get up. It's almost 11 o'clock now. I'm tired. And yeah, I don't know. I got a few tools today. I could remove the crank. Tomorrow is going to be Friday. Even if I order the parts tomorrow, I'll probably won't have it until Monday or between Monday and Wednesday, I would imagine, next week. But hey, that's what you get for living in Canada. Sometimes I feel the companies, they do us a favor by sending us stuff. It's not like in the US where you can get just about anything. Anything and everything. Anyways, enough babbling. Good night, everybody. Catch you bright and early tomorrow morning.